with the Bucks here. I hear you got an open parlay that actually goes back to something on the ice. You want to tell me about that, buddy?
I mean, can you read that right there? Can you guys get that up there? See that right there? Look at that. I want to make sure I got that. You got that? Canadians,
Yeah.
Sun. And look, they're trying to offer me a cash out option. You don't buy out Tim Doyle. I buy out you, okay? We're going to go with the Bucks today plus the points. I actually only got 5.5. And at halftime, if I can hedge, I will, because I love to play middles in games. So if the Bucks are up 4 or 5 at halftime, there's going to be a giant middle in that game. I bet smart, my friend. You know, smart money makes money. You never go broke taking a profit.
Yeah, good thing you got HD there on that phone, as well as nobody calling you at this time of morning. Something popped up there. But all right, I see what you're doing here. I like that. Speaking of player props, you mentioned Chris Middleton, the over-under in points, 27.5. You taking that under or over?
I'm not even going to front. When they paid him like a gajillion dollars, making $33 million this year, I was like, why'd they do that? He's lived up to it. He's been outstanding down the stretch, and he knows going into the game with no Giannis in game one, he's going to take 20-plus shots. So you may lose this bet, but, man, he's going to go down swinging. Last 2 games without Giannis, 26 points and 32 points. And, man, he really got cooking in those games against Atlanta, where it's basically give him the ball, get out of their way. They understand that he's their go-to guy. Drew Holiday's their best overall player as far as rebounding and assists. But now with no Giannis, Middleton goes into the game, knows, oh, yeah, he has to be cooking in this spot. I expect this game to have some tempo, and I expect Middleton to have a massive performance. Plus, he's going to get the FGAs, the field goal attempts. I say he takes 23 shots in this game. 23 shots, definitely to go over his player point total.
Yeah, a lot of people around the league saying he's been the Batman and more so Giannis the Robin when you compare the two, not just in the previous series, but the entire playoffs. So you like the Bucks in game one. You like Chris Middleton. Let's bet this series. You like the Suns or Bucks here?
How could you not like the Bucks? Look what they've done at home in the playoffs. They have whacked everybody, including the Nets. You know, they beat the Nets 3 times by an average margin of nearly 10 points at home. Now, you're going to say, oh, the Nets weren't healthy. Well, Harden did play the last couple of games. You know, so I can't imagine the Bucks losing a home game. And then on the road, I think they can go out and get one. I think it's genius not to play Giannis the first 2 games in Phoenix. I think you gamble. I think they're going to win one of these games. And sure, you got to make the Suns a little bit more of a juicier favorite in game 1. But I think game 2 is going to be like 2.5. That's actually what game 1 should be. Suns should clearly be favored. But 6? In my eyes, that's absolutely nuts. I think the Bucks have been outstanding throughout the playoffs. And besides the game that Giannis got hurt, okay, if we toss that out, the only other games the Bucks have lost over the last month have been the game where Durant had 47 and Trae Young had 48. So their last 3 losses are Giannis gets hurt, Durant plays out of his mind, Trae Young plays out of his mind, and every other game the Bucks have absolutely dominated. It's like, I don't know. I think this is pretty clear that Milwaukee is actually the value here, plus 175, and the better team. Look how lucky Phoenix has been. Play the Lakers without Anthony Davis. Oh, but the Nuggets. Oh, yeah, Jamal Murray doesn't play. But Kawhi, he's going to play for the Clippers. Nah, he didn't play for the Clippers. Now we're going to play Milwaukee. But Giannis, I mean, talk about the luckiest team ever playing teams without their star player. But they ran into a really balanced squad here, a team that can defend and stop blaming Coach Bud for everything. Coach Bud has become like the Shaggy to me. Like, it wasn't me. Like, when I got home late the other night, I just blamed Coach Bud. I was like, I don't know, Bud had me out for a few beers. Like, he's becoming a punchline. I think he's a pretty good coach, and he's made some adjustments throughout the playoffs. Lay off my man, Bud.
All right, seems like you're on the fear the deer train. I can respect that. Let's look at a Finals MVP. And I don't think you're talking about Giannis, or a 2-time MVP, or maybe a Chris Middleton, who we just talked about, who could easily be the Batman in this series. You're thinking somebody else.
Yeah, I love Drew Holiday in this spot. First of all, I had Chris Paul. We all know that if we watch the show, to win the regular season MVP, I would have won $73,000. He should have won it. He was the most valuable player in the NBA. Not the best, but the most valuable. It makes me sick to see him now as the NBA Finals MVP. But Drew Holiday has been, look at the stats over the postseason. He's turned it up even more without Giannis. Last 2 games, he's averaging 26, nearly 8 rebounds, 11 assists, doing a little bit of everything. Plus, him and Middleton know they're coming into the game. They have no other choice but the ball. Milwaukee is winning a game in Phoenix, and then they are not losing a home game the rest of this series. So that's all they got to do, folks. If you bet this series, they're not losing in Milwaukee. All they got to do is win one in Phoenix. I Drew Holiday's going to get the usage. I think Giannis is going to come back at some point during this series because all reports were he was going to play Game 7 against the Hawks. So how is he not going to come back in this series, the NBA Finals, that he's waited his whole career to get to? So I Drew Holiday's numbers are going to be crazy. And B, am I selling you a little bit? Get on Fear the Deer, my friend.
I hit the little saltiness too. I see what you just said there about CP3 and the Suns. I remember that conversation. Are you a little salty a little bit now? Just real quick.
How could I not be salty? And when your voice goes up, yeah, you're definitely salty. See, the thing is, I don't lie about my bets. Two things I don't lie about. How much ice cream I eat and how much money I bet. Okay, I love ice cream. All right, chocolate peanut butter is my favorite, and I like to have a bowl every night. Does it stick to my hips? It may, but I got a pregnant wife.
Oh, well, they say hips don't lie, but we're not going to get into that. We're going to save that for another day. Tim Doyle, my friend, as always, getting us ready. Appreciate your time. I have no idea.